We certainly didn't finish the last game. The last 5 minutes of the game was not what we needed it to be. So that's something that we have to continue to work on. You know, playing at Mississippi State, I mean, every game we've ever had over there has been really, really difficult. Their team is playing really well, so this is going to be a real challenge for us, and we're going to have to bring our A game, play our best against a lot of really good players on both sides of the ball. So it's always a difficult place to play with the cowboy bells and all that, but we've been into a couple difficult circumstances so far this year, so hopefully we can continue to improve how we manage that.
Okay, we'll start with Michael Casagrande.
Yeah, you spoke a lot about the leadership of last year's team, the respected voices in the locker room. In the past few days, what have you seen and what have you observed from the leadership of this team and how they feel? Do you feel better about the way they've responded before the game?
Well, I certainly think that we need leadership. I think every organization needs leadership. I need people to set a good example. Need people to care enough to serve others, to help them set a good example. So that you get a critical mass of people that are all, you know, buying into the same principles and values and the same standard. As much as I can talk about it as a coach, I think it always gets reinforced to a great degree if you have, you know, peer intervention, where you have, you know, your peers are, you know, constantly preaching that same message and holding people to the same standard. So, you know, that's something that we want to continue to develop, and I think something that will help this team continue to develop.
Go to Nick Kelly.
Mississippi State has the most pass attempts of any team in the SEC and the fewest rushing attempts. What's it like preparing for a team like that?
Well, you know, when they throw the ball, I don't know, I think it's pretty close to 80% of the time, almost on every down. You know, you have to change the way you think. You know, the old-fashioned, got to stop the run on regular downs and, you know, play the passes. You know, you got to kind of change to, yeah, we got to stop the runs, but, you know, we got to play really good pass defense on every down, because a lot of their passes are control game, get the ball out quick, short, you know, gain 5, 7 catch and runs. So you got to break on the ball and tackle well. And it's a little different mindset that your team has to have, and your signal caller. So, but that's the way we practiced all week. So the players should be getting it, and you know, I think we got a good idea of what they're going to do. It's just going to be a matter of, you know, how our guys execute and be able to get consistent enough performance down in and down out, not to give them big plays. And to try to be able to deny the ball when we need to, so that we can get off the field.
Go to Charlie Potter.
Hey, Coach. Just what kind of spark has Jameis Williams provided for your passing game up to this point?
Well, I think really, you know, he's done extremely well. You know, he's got great speed. He's a vertical threat on every play. You know, I thought he played really well, you know, last week. I think he had, 7 catches or whatever. Big play touchdown, couple touchdowns, but a big play touchdown on a double move. So he's added a lot. I mean, you know, our receivers have, you know, got to be very consistent in terms of the way we play. I mean, we can't afford to miscommunicate. We can't afford to drop balls. And he's been, you know, a real positive spark for us.
Go to Aaron Suttles.
When the defense doesn't play up to the standard that you've created in Alabama, does that sort of stoke your competitive fire for the next week? What's your mindset entering a week like this as an old defensive coach?
Well, you know, I mean, I've always got competitive fire, because I respect, you know, what it takes to win. I respect what it takes to prepare to win. And I try to do it every week, and I try to get the players to respond to it, you know, each and every week. So that they have the best chance to create value for themselves when they go out and play. And when players don't play well, they don't create value for themselves, and they don't create value for the team. And, you know, we made too many mental errors, didn't tackle well early in the game. And I think all that starts with your mindset in terms of the intensity that you have, the focus that you need to be able to go out there and compete against good players in tough environments, and that's as difficult of competitive situation as, you're going to be in. And, what defines, great competitors is people who can be their best when their best is needed. And I think people evaluate that and look at that. So that's something that I'm always trying to help the players have the best opportunity to do. Now, I have pride in performance too, not just for the defense, but for our whole team. And it's very upsetting to me when the team doesn't play well, because I feel like it's my responsibility and I should be affecting people. I'm talking about players and coaches and everybody in the organization in a way that, our team is well prepared so that they can go out there and play well. So that's, I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to that, and it's really, really, tough when you don't feel like you got things done the way you'd like for them to be done.
We'll go to Joey.
Hey, Coach, you talked about a little bit in your opening statement about finishing, and I'm just wondering, as far for players, is kind of improving that more of a mental development, physical development, or is it more so a combination of both?
Well, I think it starts with, your mindset. You're going to do what you feel like doing, or you're going to choose to do the things you need to do to push through difficult circumstances and difficult times and stay focused. And when you do that, then you develop a greater capacity to do it. So it starts out mindset, but then you become physically more able and capable to sustain, because you've had the mental toughness to push yourself to the next level. I mean, it's like blowing up a balloon. The first time you blow it up, it's really, really tough. Then you let the air out of it. It blows up to that point pretty easily. But then when you try to take it beyond that, it gets very difficult again. So it's the same thing with how you sustain, how you focus, how you finish. You develop a greater capacity to do it, so then it becomes easier. But when you give into it, it never becomes easier. And then when you have to do it, it's very difficult to sort of be able to get done.
Okay, we got two more, Tony and then Steven.
Yeah, do you have an update on Drew Sanders? Has he been able to practice, and what's his availability if so?
He's not available this week. He's out there in pads every day, but he doesn't have it's not safe for him to use his hand yet. So he's not going to play this week.
Okay, we'll finish up with Steven.
Coach, you've had a lot of competitors play on special teams, and the big block punt by JaMarr Brooks. Now, what does that mean for him, being able to fight like that and battle and compete on special teams and grow in that area?
Yeah, well, he's been one of the real positive freshmen that have contributed on special teams, that realizes the importance of learning how to play on special teams. A lot of other guys don't take it serious, but he's done an outstanding job for us on teams. He loves to play. He's a really good competitor, just likes to play. And we need more guys on our team to be able to contribute, because we need for our younger guys on our team to be playing on special teams. So a lot of the older guys who are playing more plays in the game don't have to play, because those guys are really good special teams players. Josh Job's a really good special teams. Jordan Battle's a really good special teams player. B-Rob, very good special teams player. Well, they served their time. Now they're playing a greater role in playing all the time, so we need other players to understand, and those guys all learned how to do it when they were freshmen. So JaMarr Brooks has done an outstanding job of that. We have several other freshmen who have contributed extremely well on special teams, but we need more of it.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.